What's going on YouTube? It's AyoRichie and I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to look over one of my very recent tournament matches. Played in Rukang's Fight Club tournament where I ended up finishing in 5th place, losing to Jod. Yeah, so I play against this player called Koenji, super strong Azucena, has done absolute damage since the release of Tekken 8. And I'm going to talk over the set because I know Azucena is a very challenging character for a lot of new players. So I feel like this will be important. So I'm just going to talk about how the set goes. Obviously let the gameplay do its talking, and yeah, just give you lots of pointers and whatnot. I don't know why, but whenever in tournament, these big maps where the walls just don't exist, they keep being selected. Like, I don't mind playing neutral with Leo and not having the walls in play, but it does get to a point where it's a little bit annoying. So this is a common factor in tournaments so far. Playing against Azucena on near enough infinite stages. So going off of one of my recent videos where I talk about forward 3+4, that is very much a pivotal part of my gameplay at the moment. So I'm very focused on trying to play the keep out game now, as if I'm playing Brian, but this is the new Leo that we have available to us. So yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of Kempo and obviously forward 3+4 keep out, and then seeing how my opponent deals with it. Okay, very fortunate not to get whiff punished there. Very unlucky for my opponent. Okay, so very important. Azucena's main tools, in my opinion, are the running move, the power crush, which is I-15, I believe, or something around that, maybe 16. So those two moves, and also down forward 1-4, are like the main tools that I am looking for at all times. So jab check will beat the power crush depending on when it connects with my jab. So if it connects really late, it might beat my jab, but like for the most part it will check and then I can just chill. If they're doing down forward 1-4, that's a whole different scenario. We'll get into that a bit later. But yeah, running 3-2, this is a move that you have to anticipate and try and get a jab float, because if you hit the Azucena and don't get the float, fair enough, you're +8, whatever, it's good, but you don't get any big reward. This is the best reward you can get, obviously a jab float, so the timing has to be immaculate. But it's also risky because you could whiff the jab and then obviously get punished by the running 3-2 if you miss time it. So that is something that also occurs. But yeah, these are the type of things you have to have in place if you want to at least give yourself a shot of dealing with some of our best tools. So yeah, kind of knowing when your opponent might go for these type of things is important. So you need the experience, definitely, off the bat. So yeah, I've run into many Azucenas. I did actually play against Koenji recently in another tournament and lost, so I kind of have some information on what to expect. So yeah, these are the type of approaches you have to have against Azucena. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to put into play, but yeah, this is what you have to do when you're playing a strong character like Azucena. Yeah, so here obviously I have heat, and I could have used heat in the combo just to get more damage, but I thought, you know what, let me keep the heat. We're getting closer to the wall now, which is a rare thing on this stage. So yeah, I kind of just switched it up and thought, you know what, I've got a lot of health. Let me opt for moves that will, if they rager or something like that, I'm airborne, so it's not the end of the world. Or like if they try and float me or something, I don't want to get like outmashed by a counter hit or anything annoying. So yeah, pressuring with running 3 is not a bad shout, at the wall and stuff. And then here, just keeping it kind of frame tight. I want to see something quickly. Yeah, so down forward 1, he can't rage out here, which is obviously good to know. So down forward 1, just as a check, and then sidestep 1+2. If he went for a rager after that, you know, I could kind of, you know, I wouldn't have pressed the button because I sidestepped. So yeah, something like this situation here is super strong, as you can see. Like, he just did a jab and, you know, got punished for it. So yeah, this is what the offense is looking like in Tekken 8. So definitely run these kind of situations when you can. Running 3 into down forward 1, pretty strong at the wall. I wouldn't say do it in the open because the pushback's too much. So at the wall, that is when you get that luxury to pressure your opponent in such a way. But yeah, let's continue. Yeah, so as you can see, like the whole game plan right now is just keep out, keep out, keep out. Like, you're seeing me whiff back 1+2 from so far, like, look. But that's just because, you know, I'm trying to keep my opponent out. You know, make them feel uneasy, and it's working out. Until obviously, you know, I get whiff punished and stuff. And again. But these are small punishes on the stuff that I'm doing, so my gameplay, you know, what I'm trying to do against my opponent is work in a treat because I'm not getting whiff punished for it. So, you know, it's mostly profit for me. But if you play against an opponent that does whiff punish you very hard for this type of thing, then obviously you need to adjust, you know. That's obviously, that's Tekken at the end of the day, you know, that's kind of how it is. If your stuff isn't working, then, you know, you have to switch it up. And as you can see there, I'm still trying to do the keep out because I know running 3-2 and moves like that can come at any time. But obviously, you know, mistimed, the running 3-2 connects first. But yeah, it's just keep out, keep out, keep out because I kind of understand what the offense is with Azucena. I'm not saying that this is like goated, like this is not counterplay in particular. It's just like having a read on, you know, Azucena habits, if that makes sense. So that is why keep out is just so important. For me anyway. Like the way I'm trying to play Leo again in this matchup. Again, another keep out move. Like, it's all about keep out, just not trying to let them come in and, you know, get anything started. Keep out. Very awkward playstyle. Very, very awkward playstyle. Just keeping it safe, not going into block or committing to anything. Because I don't want to get punished heavily. Got a fortunate counter hit here. Very fortunate counter hit though. And then we get the block free. He's committed to the sidewalk. And that might be just because of all the block 2s I did previously. So, you know, maybe the block 2s added up and he just thought, you know what, let me get around this. And then obviously the block 3 snuffs the movement. So, yeah, that's the first game. Let's get into the next one. So again, we get another huge stage for some reason. The rules in the tournament will random select, so, you know, I just don't understand. We got 3 maps, 2 are the same, and all of them are near enough infinite stages. So yeah, pretty crazy. So we only had the wall come into play once, I think. Yeah, pretty insane. So there's the power crush that I'm talking about. Always a factor in the matchup. Okay. So in this scenario, you know, my health is super low. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, you know, at this point I need something. So FF4 comes out, managed to catch his backdash. Unfortunate, but you know, we get some reward. Unfortunately, I dropped the combo as well. There we get a sidestep on the running 3-2. Another countermeasure when thinking about, you know, Azucena's strong tools. You can sidewalk to the left. Some people say sidestep right duck. I don't know about all that. I like to sidewalk left. On some timings you can beat the running 3-2, but then also it can track you sometimes. So it's not a foolproof strat, but it does work sometimes. So yeah, another situation. Down forward 1-4. When they land this, they tend to opt for another one. So if you fully sidewalk, the 4 will hit you. But if you do a sidestep left and then duck, you can avoid it, which you're gonna see later on in the set. Nearly made the comeback. Nearly. I think I messed up my dash. Okay, full crouch sweep. Kind of going back to my normal playstyle here. You know, a little bit more, you know, in your face. Trying to get something started. Very fortunate there. Could have killed in this situation. Messed up big time. Didn't expect the 1-2 to whiff. -14, so you know I could have done full launch. Big damage. Definitely could have killed. I just didn't do a good combo. Leo players know what could have killed there. It is what it is. Okay, so power crush. Often use that like a mid-range to catch you off guard. And there's the pressure. QCF 2-1 after running 3. Great block from my opponent there. I believe he may have reacted to that, or kind of anticipated that I might go for that. So let's see how we got to that scenario. So obviously he had a huge life lead. I'm kind of just throwing stuff out at this point because, you know, the life deficit is huge. I'm playing against Azucena, I'm stressed. So yeah, back 1-1+2, it connects, you know, amazing, good damage. Like, even though you know, people say, oh, it's unsafe now, it's not as good as it once was, I will still use it because it's only -12 and it's still a mix-up. It's still a mix-up to punish regardless. So I will just do back 1-1+2 sometimes and just hold back, because another thing, they're scared to punish you, especially if, you know, you're chasing the game. Like, if I'm chasing the game and they know that, they're gonna anticipate the most craziest scenario, right? Like a box stance transition or something. So I'll just do back 1-1+2. And yeah, if it hits, you know, huge damage. And then, you know, I kind of try and get something started from there. Yeah, there it is, the down back 2. Confirm. And then into Rager. And then into the next round. So this is the second game. You know, I'm on set point at this point. Let's see where it goes wrong. Straight away I can see that, you know, my gameplay has changed quite a little bit. You know, I'm not playing the same way as I was in the first game, which was very keep out heavy. So this is something to analyze when you watch your games back, like just to see how your approach to the match changes. So yeah, I kind of get, I guess, a little bit complacent here, start trying out different things. But then this is the scenario I was talking about. So down forward 1-4, down forward 1-4. So yeah, sidestep left and duck. And then you can get a pretty big reward. And then I drop the combo again. So this, in tournament, you know, if you're dropping like K&K cancels and stuff, you know, I would say, you know, it's not worth going for. I could have done easier combos and it could have led to me winning the game, you know. so it does make my life a lot more difficult if I'm dropping combos. Again, there I could have got a launch, but I didn't commit. These type of things, you know, if your opponent's not ready and they get hit there, I mean, that could have been the round. But yeah, I didn't commit, and let's see what happens. Running 3-2 snuffs the box stance, and then we go to a final round. Yeah, overall I would say one thing I've learned in the matchup definitely is to be patient, because moves like 1+2, this move, like I treat it kind of like Steve's back one in a sense. I know it's not as fast, but the fact that it high crushes, it just makes it such a headache to deal with. So mostly I like to be quite patient when playing against Azucena for that reason. And yeah, forward 4 is just a godlike poke as well. I actually did want to lab this scenario as well, because I saw it happen a couple times in the set. So let's quickly see what happens here. Okay, I'm trying to see if you can like step in between. It doesn't look like it. I wonder if you can interrupt. Let me try and mash. Ah, so you can interrupt. But I think there is a follow-up to the punch. I believe there is a follow-up high to the punch. -11. Ah, okay. Nothing too crazy going on there. I guess it's a mix-up to interrupt, because obviously they have the punch as well. I guess maybe worth taking it to the lab, but it's not a move that I've really seen too much of. As you can see, I'm still trying to do the keep out game now. But with life lead, it doesn't make too much sense to kind of run a keep out game. As you can see, ends up getting me killed. So yeah, in this scenario, you want to, you know, run a more offensive approach. You know, maybe use your crouch dash options like QCF1, crouch dash just to get into on your opponent, and then get some offensive plays going. You know, down for 2+3s and stuff, just to make a comeback, because playing keep out when your opponent has life lead, it makes it very easy for them, because they can just wait for any kind of mistake, and then, you know, the game's over. So that is what took place here. So yeah, this made it 1-1 in the tournament set. And then we go into the final game, and you guessed it, we're on another big stage. But I mean, at this point, you know, we may as well have just played on the same stage all 3 games at that point. But yeah, this is the final game in the set. You know, everyone's got their info and whatnot. See how it plays out. Okay, so in this scenario, Bok 1 is super plus, like, so +9. So here I'm just thinking this is a free turn to do whatever I like, basically. So up forward 1-1, you know, the follow up basically doesn't really have counterplay unless they go for a parry or something. So I was thinking, you know, why not just do it, see what happens, land a counter hit, run up into you know, a mix up. So that's how you can kind of use that move, you know, when you're super plus and you want to stop your opponent from pressing, or you just do up forward 1 and then go for a mix. But you know, that kind of kills the point of being +9, you know, because you could just go for a mix up. So doing a tool that has a counter attached to it, you know, that makes it a bit more annoying for your opponent to deal with. So we're going to the next one. Okay, so on back turn, she has really annoying moves from back turn for sure, like mids and stuff. So mostly you don't want to engage. So if I block a low here, I know I get a decent reward. So That is why I'm blocking low sometimes on back turn. And then obviously I will beat back turn throw, which Azucena players like to opt for a lot. I don't know why. There isn't a mix-up. I don't think there's a mix-up. But they do it and it kind of catches you off guard a lot. So yeah, a lot of the times I'll expect a low and then try and block the mid, like the back flip that she does. So yeah, that's kind of how I deal with back turn. Obviously it opens me up to the mids, but you know, it's good to mix up your options. And as you can see, the forward 3+4 counter hit coming into play here. You know, I've got super life lead, so at this point, you know, I can kind of just... Okay, so that was against the Heat Smash, I believe. Unfortunately, I don't do a combo that kills. I actually want to see what combo would have killed here. So let me try and see. I'm trying to do K&K cancels on the fly. Not easy. I don't recommend it. This is so difficult. Wait. Why is it so hard? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I believe. This is so difficult. Holy. Okay, so I don't think there's a combo that would kill here. Unless... No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's continue. So it seemed like the extra K&K cancel made it so the combo would whiff. How did I get a launch? Okay, round start down 4-2. Not a bad option. As you can see, he went for a I-19 low, I believe. So we win that interaction. So as you can see, on back turn, I'm just trying to be patient. I'm not trying to do too much. You know, I just hold him back. You know, I did do a little low, I did attempt a low block there as well. And then obviously I do Kempo just to get myself out of there and then, you know, come back in and restore neutral basically. It's a very good way of using Kempo. 2-1 into Sabaki, the classic. And now I have basically all momentum. Yeah, and then... Yeah, the Oki is a bit disgusting. So, run up. They've tried to step on wake up. Down back 2's track them. And then, yeah, next round. So yeah, 2 pretty smooth rounds. You know, my game plan's working out perfectly. Okay, punish on the stance 2, I believe it is. So yeah, still just trying to do the jab just to, you know, keep Azucena out and stuff. Still dropping K&K cancels. Okay. Very fortunate to not get punished there. I want to see how minus that is by itself. It's safe. Wow. Interesting. Okay, got lucky there with the forward 4-3. Oh, got super lucky there. Okay, so tried to grab him, unfortunately out of range. And then obviously he took that opportunity, that whiff, to try and get his pressure going with running 3-2. Or potentially land a big damage attack. But the jab float, you have to have it locked in. You have to have it locked in. And that is the end of the game. So, as you can see, I was pretty patient in neutral. I didn't want to play into any Azucena situations too often, because if you get caught pressing too much, you know, you're going to fall for the typical strats like down back 3 into, I think, 1+2 from back turn. And just any counter hit game that she has, really. I think she got full crouch low into while standing 1. these type of things. I was trying to just keep it cool and not play into any of those situations and just run my game, which was obviously forward 3+4 keep out, jab, single jab keep out to try and float the running 3-2, and you know, just wait for, you know, the random power crushes and stuff. I mean, they seem random to me, but you know, they might not actually be random. There might be some thought process behind it, you know, to stop me from doing many things. And it's a heat engager, so it's very strong to throw out, so you have to look out for those type of things. Yeah, I'd say honestly, when you go into a match with Azucena, if you take this approach, it should help you quite a little bit. But I will say that every Azucena plays differently, and obviously they can adapt to it and stuff like that. So just be very careful with how you're playing, but you know, it's doable. It's doable. I know a lot of people are going to get onto me for Leo having a beard as well, but this is a Zeke Jaeger cosplay. So this isn't me, you know, just putting a beard on Leo. This is me creating a character from an anime. So yeah. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. It's been a breakdown on Azucena. I feel like this is the best way to do it because I don't know too much about the character. But I know, like, I can give you my experience against the character through looking at the replays and stuff. I'm probably going to do a similar video against Reina as well, because I don't really know too much about Reina either. You know, it's still pretty early on in the game's release, in the game's lifespan. So yeah, expect a video like this as well against Reina and potentially Victor as well. But yeah, I've been AyoRichie. Hope you enjoyed the video, and sorry about the Leo guide. Do not kill me, but yeah, man. Everyone have a good day. Take it easy. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.